Stick around to the end of this video for your chance to win one of these GWPs. And with that, welcome to my review of Adventure in Transylvania. This is from the latest series of the BrickLink Designer Program. It has this 25 years of BrickLink logo on the box. Set designed by SleeplessNight. I should say no other than SleeplessNight. One of the most successful BrickLink Designer Program designers so far. I think this is his third set. And what a set it is. I mean, it's no understatement when I say this is the best LEGO set ever. It's that good. Originally, it retailed for $349.99 in both euros and dollars and $299.99 in British pounds. However, that's a moot point at this point because you could only get that price back when it was first available. It was a week where you could pre-order this set, right? This is how the BrickLink Designer Program works. You pre-order, you crowdfund these sets about a half a year in advance. So half a year ago, I made my order because I knew I wanted to get this. It had been revealed at this point. It had been a year, I think. So it's been public knowledge that this was coming for quite some time, so we could all prepare. I fell in love with it immediately. The second I saw it, I thought this was the greatest set ever, and it is. It's even better than I imagined it to be. Obviously, right up my alley with the monster theme, right? Transylvania, very Dracula focused. Totally see how Bram Stoker, the original author of Dracula, one of my favorite books, favorite novels of all time, would have maybe imagined a castle like this. It's a fantastic, fantastic set. There was a price you could pay if you wanted this. Now you're looking at more on the aftermarket. However, I just checked and I saw it for around 400, which is still a price I'd be willing to pay for it. So I paid 350. I would have happily paid 400. It's fantastic. 450 at a push. So if you're still interested in it, if you still want to get it, it is still possible to get it on sites like eBay, for example. It is still available. There was a lot of supply, more than we originally thought. Usually before this series, there were only 30,000 copies per set. They increased it for this series because they knew this was going to be popular. Lots of people took advantage of that, and that means there's more stock available now, still, which is a good thing. Turn the box around, have another look at it. Obviously, these white boxes are a hallmark of the BrickLink Designer Program. This is what the set looks like from behind, technically. But the thing is, it opens like a book, right? So you can display it like that. You can open it, but you can also have it closed, which is, yeah, a nice option. It has many play features. It comes with 13 minifigs, technically. LEGO advertises 12. There is an additional one, this guy down here. He's an integral part of the build, though. He's not considered a minifig. But we'll talk about him as well. I am replacing all of them. They're just basic standard parts for the minifigs that you could have... I mean, same goes for the rest of the build, right? You could have just parted the set out, bought all of these parts individually. It would have cost you a lot more, though. But I'm not too fussed about... yellow minifigs in the first place. Some of the parts we might be reusing. Most of it is just nothing I can use, but stick around. I'll show you my picks for replacements, right? I have a lot of monsters, Lego minifigs around, and we shall replace them. But enough about the box. Let's crack it open. Inside, I think you find 48 sealed plastic bags in this case. Unfortunately, my sticker sheet, and yes, there is a sticker sheet, was a little messed up, right? Got tossed around in the box. I would have preferred them to put it in an envelope. They didn't. However, I could straighten that up by just putting a large, I think I used a Jane Austen book, something big, right? And a weighty, a tome. So I put that on top of that, and that fixed my issue with the stickers. So that was not a problem. Instructions, you don't get an instruction manual. You never get an instruction manual with the BrickLink Designer Program sets. You need to either use the Builders app or download the PDF. Builders app would not load for me, so that wasn't an option. So I downloaded the PDF, which was not a great experience, I felt like. Maybe they fixed it now. But in my PDF, there were many images were missing, right? Where I had to guess what kind of, or take a closer look at the actual instruction images, what part I was supposed to use. So that could have been done better. I don't know why the Builders app didn't load, but it just didn't. But enough about all that. You want to take a look at the set. I want you to have a look at the set because it's here and it's beautiful. So let's go ahead, slide this one right in here, right in shot. And yeah, first issue, whenever you move it around, there's a lot of foliage, right? And there are only one stud connections. They, yeah, break off easily, come apart. That's not the greatest of experiences. This is it in its closed state, right? This is what it looks like when it is closed up. One of the most impressive things is all of these angles Sleepless Night was able to achieve. Right off the bat, very soon on in the building process, you construct this sugar grid. If you're not familiar with the term sugar grid, it's a Minecraft term. It in LEGO basically refers to a technique that allows you to create basically any angle. It's a mock technique. I'll link you a video to Bricksculpt, a fellow YouTuber who is very good at explaining techniques and showcasing them. So if you're interested in the sugar grid, link is below in the description. But that just immediately tells you Sleepless Night, he knows what he's doing, right? He's so good at this. I consider myself to be a decent mock artist, right? You've seen my bat cave, so I can build somewhat. And he totally schooled me. This is such a masterclass in LEGO building. Hardly any official LEGO set ever comes close to the ingenuity, creativity, just pure skill when it comes to using LEGO pieces, using the LEGO system to its full potential. This is fantastic. To my knowledge, there's nobody who does it better right now. I have not built anything that was better than this one. If I was a alternative brick supplier company, any of those alt bricks companies, I would immediately try to hire Sleepless Night, make him my head designer, and free business tip from then on, out you should be golden. Regardless, this staircase was such a joy to put together. The way the angles work, right? The way he attached these railings, the way they look like. Amazing. I love this staircase. I love it, how it's built. I've never seen this before. I did it, and then I realized, okay, maybe this should have been my idea, because it makes so much sense, and I never even would have considered it. He's that good. So yeah, you have this staircase, and then also here at the front, we'll just call this the front. This is basically the front door, right? Which, yes, of course, it does open. You can just push this in, and then the door opens. Small things like that, but all of the angles are fantastic. Here at the front, here you have this dead black tree, a call out to I think the Orient Express or another train set, is a sign that leads you, or that points into the direction of the train station. There is a gravestone right here, says RIP AVH, somebody who died in the 19th century. These crosses are fantastic. I love the way they look. These are stickers, right? The banner is a sticker. But I think that's okay. This detail, I think this is a Ninjago Technic piece. I think it's also used in the Ninjago workshops right now. But it looks so cool. There are so many Technic pieces in black that he used to create this Gothic atmosphere, these Gothic details. This window, even this red Technic pin just makes so much sense. It looks so cool. This window, fantastic. It's such a joy to put together. Look at these lights, right? They're all unique and they all look fantastic. All of the foliage, the entire color scheme, the red with yellow, orange, the brown and the dark gray, the black, they work well together, so well. They make so much sense. Let's turn it around a little more. Look at this side. There's this hallway where you could, which leads from one side to the other. Over here, there is an alcove where there's another grave, I think. It says WM on here, right? Probably somebody who has been cremated. That's what it looks like to me. Really cool detail. You have this little grotto and an urn in there. Looks fantastic. The foliage, again, so cool. The way he built these side panels. The rest of the build from the front is very much brick on brick, and these are snotted. basically with the snot technique, stud snot on top. So these are panels that are attached. Look at this fantastic window. Look at the curve of it. Look at all of these amazing... Yeah, it's so black, it's really hard to see, I would assume. This window with the openings where you could look into the fortress, let's call it that, look into the castle, look into one of the rooms. This side is outstanding. The way these details have been captured. You see this little dial down here. We'll talk about the play functions in a second, but maybe you wouldn't even have noticed that this is just there so you can turn a knob and activate something on the inside, which is cool. Turn it a little bit more. We find this little alcove, which looks pretty cool, which was interesting to put together because you're basically building bricks from both sides at the same time. Lots of bats on this model that are just hanging out. This is a very interesting detail because this door or window, it actually moves as soon as you open the castle. But we'll talk about that in a second. Really cool how this is done. So otherwise it would just be open permanently. And he found a way to make it move inside, out, and close it up once you close the castle up. More of these technique elements that are just so cool. Here is the other play function, right? Another dial which you can turn and activate something on the inside. Another one of those leaves just came off. Jesus Christ. Stay. That is my one gripe with this set. This is super annoying. Then again, how often are you gonna move it around, right? I'll do that because I want to show you everything. Yeah, I think you've seen the outside, seen enough of the outside. We can just go ahead and open it. I need to make sure that I find the right angle where I think this one would work. Let me try. Yeah, there we go. And this is what it looks like on the inside. Maybe you've seen, this is the door I was talking, or the window I was talking about earlier. This is the thing that moves with the set. And now it's closed again. It moves on the inside. Ingenious. It's fantastically done. SleeplessNight is awesome. He's such a talented, genius designer. I can't overstate how good he is at this. It's fantastic. But this is what it looks like from the inside, right? Couple of rooms, everything neatly tiled off, which is awesome. It looks so clean, it looks so cool. Maybe start with the bottom here. There's a little library here. There are a couple of books. Some of them you can actually just pop out and give you minifigures. Yeah, there's a scroll over here. There's a little prison cell. Obviously, you can open that. We'll get back to that in a second because it is part of a play function. Underneath, you find this little mouse and a skeleton down here with a broken arm. Again, I've never seen this done before. The way he attaches the arm to the skeleton so that fits down here and has a broken arm, it looks fantastic. A really, really small detail, an Easter egg basically, but so cool. And the fact that you have this mouse looking out, but if you close the model, it won't get in the way, right? It'll poke his head into there. Isn't that cool? I find that amazing. This guy, also not technically a minifig, it's Knight's armor, one of the bad knights, the Fright Knights, right? We'll talk more about the Fright Knights in a second when we'll talk about which minifigs I think should be in here. He's hanging out there. This is where the front door would lead to. I can close it from here. Then here, there's a ladder over here. We can take one of our minifigs, which one? Maybe the girl, and she could technically climb up this ladder and then hang out over here on the balcony, look out. Then, oh, there's a third play function I haven't even mentioned. You see this chandelier? You can turn this dial and then it's up here. Technically, you can then release it and it comes down, which is a cool additional play feature if you want to, I don't know, kill somebody by dropping a chandelier on them. There is a musical instrument down here, a piano. This is basically the main room. I call it the ball room because of its tiling, which is very fancy, very skillfully done, looks fantastic. And again, it leads to this little look out over there. There's a musical instrument here. There's a staircase there people can take to go up and down. And when they go down, they enter this crypt, right? In this crypt, you'll find a grave, and that houses our next play function. There are two pictures, right, of a lady as well as somebody who looks like the Count, like Graf Dracula, like a vampire. And that's because he very much is. If you crank this dial, not only does it open the grave, but it also pops out our final minifig, right? This is the vampire that comes with this set. I will replace him with something cooler. I think I have all my minifigs already picked out. I'm probably going to use an actual Count, right? SleeplessNight did not have access to any vampire minifigs in the current lineup, so he didn't have the opportunity to put in something like this. This is the Count from the Monster Fighters Haunted House, one of my most favorite minifigs of all time, and I think he's going to go into my crypt. Pop him here for now. But of course, you can just reverse this and it closes up by itself again. The mechanism inside, there are basically two mechanisms that have to work together in order to achieve this effect. The way it's been done has been a fantastic building experience. It is so cool. Never thought this would even be possible. I have never considered this. What a fantastic play feature. That is the crypt with many more details. There's so many candles all over the model, all over the build, all over this castle. And there's one more area we haven't even taken a closer look at yet. Up here, you'll see this spider and this net. You can move this. You can... sometimes I have to remove this so I can put this up like this, and then you can see one of the little Wednesday gargoyles, right? For the Wednesday and Enid's dorm room, LEGO introduced a gargoyle, which is now available on Bricks and Pieces. And it's this little guy over here guarding a treasure, which is just another cool Easter egg that you could find. But that's basically it for the main build. Let's have a look at the minifigs. Here they are. I grouped them in groups of 3. I left one out because one of them is my absolute favorite because it comes with an accessory I never had before. The rest is very standard stuff. You could maybe use the lantern, maybe use this lady, right? She's kind of cool. You could use the legs and the key as well, maybe the hairpiece. But it's, for me, just too yellow. Doesn't work. Doesn't work like that. I'm afraid I won't be able to use many of the minifigs, but I left one, and it's this cook, and I kind of like him, especially because he has this really cool pumpkin, and I never had this element before, and I love it. It's very Halloween-y, right up my alley. But that brings me to my alternatives. I have one person picked out that also already has a dagger or a knife, which is from the D&D lineup, from the D&D collectible minifig series. It's this one. I think he fits this set very well, and we are going to make him part of the display now. Maybe we'll put him down here where he can then carve his pumpkin. Obviously you need a lord or lady of the castle, and I have 2 contenders. The one thing that I am so excited about and so glad that I finally got this minifig from the limited edition Toys R Us run. This is my bad wizard, right? And what a fantastic fit he would make for this castle. So we're going to pop him right here. Now, the natural fit for this castle, and I think the one minifig SleeplessNight would have had in mind, is obviously our friend Basil, right? The #1 Fright Knight, also from the collectible minifig series. What a fantastic minifig. What a fantastic fit for this set. I mean, he just has to be part of this display, right? And I'll just pop him here on the stairs. There we go. What a fantastic minifig. I have a couple others that I would like to add to my display. Obviously, she is my minifig of the year. Came with the most recent Haunted Mansion. Very nice minifig. Maybe one more from the D&D series. I have no idea what this person is called, but he's pretty cool. I think he fits. There should maybe also, why not, be a werewolf. We put him somewhere here. And then I have 2 more. I really like this spider lady. I'm unsure whether or not she's also from the Monsters collectible minifig series. I'm not sure. I mean, there is a spider in here. Maybe we'll pop her up here. makes a nice addition. Why not have a ghost? And that is, in my opinion, the cooler version of the ghost, the cooler version of this piece, because it's more sand greenish, which I really like. Have her here, and then have a pirate one over there, but that's besides the point. This is it. This is the best Lego set ever. And if you enjoyed this video, and if you enjoyed this channel, maybe you've already subscribed. Thank you very much. It's time for me, right, to give you something back. So for everybody who is willing to sign up for my Patreon, there's a free tier. You can just sign up. It doesn't cost you anything. You get a chance to win this GWP. Those of you on the premium tier, you have a chance to win this as well. These are the most recent LEGO GWPs. All you have to do is sign up on Patreon, be a subscriber, like this video, tell me in the comment of this video that you've checked out my Patreon, and then on Patreon, this is the post you need to react to. This is where you need to post a comment. And then you are entered in the giveaway. I'll cover the international shipping, so no strings attached. If you want these, please go ahead and support me on Patreon. I would be so happy if you could. That said, I won't keep you any longer. Thank you so much for checking out this review, and I see you very soon. Bye-bye. Welcome to my ant card. This is just a hangout. Yeah, I'm a crank that shit. Bro, that's so damn loud. It's nothing but a little intermission. Enjoy these soothing bars of utter indecision. Buddy people, you can trust me. It's an ant card. I know all those fire jokes and get you saying hard. It's an ant card. This shit ain't some voodoo, bro. I know you want to stay, but it's time for you to go.